Oh, if I do it this way, it's coming out of my laptop.
This,
Yeah.
this giant.
Okay,
Oh, look,
okay. I'll just have to. Yeah, there's the commission. Okay. Did I unmute? Can't see. Yes, we're unmuted. Oh, 1 second. Huh?
What you got with that too?
Yeah, I'm doing a laptop today. Okay, now I'm ready.
Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Lakewood Civil Service Commission meeting for the month of June 2025. Today with us, of course, I'm myself and Commissioner Larry Woods. We have Commissioner Gail Selden and Commissioner Eileen Griffin. With that,
Let's start over.
okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lakewood Civil Service Commission meeting for the month of June 2025. Today, I'm with us here today. I'm Commissioner Larry Woods. We have Commissioner Gail Selden and Commissioner Eileen Bisson here with us today, as well as our City Attorney, Heidi Wachter, our Civil Service Secretary, Chief Examiner, Tracy Freeman, and Officer Leisha Cochran. Oh, sorry. I know you'll see me all the time. So anyway, we're gonna get started. Meeting will be called to order. And I don't think we have a lot on the agenda today, but we'll take a look at what we do have. First thing, of course, is our approval of our minutes. Has everyone had an opportunity to look over the minutes? And do we have a motion?
Go ahead. So moved and seconded.
All right, so it's been moved and seconded that we receive our minutes and accept them. And any discussion? All those that are wishing to approve it, say aye.
Aye.
Everybody, and nays. Okay, so officially that's accepted into our records. And so we have the approval of the minutes. At this point, I see we have no unfinished business. Is that right?
Correct.
So I do have a question for Heidi.
Yes.
I don't know if this is considered unfinished business, but at our last meeting, we spoke about looking into maybe what was going on with, if there is a possibility of knowing what the difference was between the amount of officers that we have versus the population.
Right, the study, and
Yes.
I delved into that a little bit just to figure out exactly what was being discussed, and apparently it is a study that you get a consultant for that costs a bit of money. And so that's something that would need to be taken up, and I can certainly raise it with the manager and or the police chief. And right now, as you may be aware, we are on the cusp of shifting who's our manager, and because it is it drives a lot when you put resources into a study like that, and it apparently turns on kind of what you put into the study, what you really want to accomplish. It's sort of a broader question. So I'm happy to raise that. And if it's something that the Civil Service Board is encouraging or wants to see, I can certainly note that to the manager. But it's a bigger question than just saying, yeah, let's do that.
Good to know. I myself would like to see what we discuss this as a board.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I actually have it here in my notes. I'll put a little star next to it.
Thank you.
But you didn't ask him when the last one was done.
I don't think we've
There
ever,
wasn't.
yeah, we've never had one.
Yeah, Jeremy
Not as
said.
part of the city government, got that last.
Yep.
That's fine. So that's why, to our attention.
And that's where there may be interest in knowing whether the Civil Service Board is interested in seeing one, and if we did one, what the Civil Service Board would want from it, because I think it's distinctly possible that we could do something like that. And then we come back and you say, well, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do this? And so I would want to at least provide your thoughts on what we're trying to do, but also then manage your expectations as far as what's being authorized.
All right. All right, on to our Yeah, other unfinished business? On to our new business, all right. So we have the certification of our entry level police eligibility list. Yeah, what's that, 19 now? I believe we had 8 last time.
Mhm. We've had a couple more oral boards, I think 2 more since then.
So moved. And second?
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we received this eligibility list. Any discussion? Seconded. I just have a question as to, and I don't, we might do my answer this, but it just has a question of there's no females on it. Oh. That's something you can answer. We don't have our.
That's just, you know,
Yeah.
who applied,
Who's a-
who's passed, and who's answered to emails to sign up for an award.
So is there something that we do to make it, I don't know, want to, so as far as that group that you know?
We're doing everything in our end that we can. As far as getting females to apply, they are applying. It's just part of the process and getting them to respond to emails from HR in order to sign up for a award. There are plenty of females who complete the physical agility test and the written test. It's just getting them to sit down to an award and then getting them to pass that award.
Is that normally what the hang up is?
It's getting them to respond to emails to to set up an award, which they're reached out to, not just by me, but also by HR.
And last month we had our HR person here.
Yeah, do you want me, is Nicole around? I know it was supposed to be Nicole or Carolina was the original plan, but I will tell you, for whatever reason right now, HR is under siege. Everybody's coming with a million questions at them. Do you want me to just check? and see?
Nicole's out of the office until noon, and so yet I'm HR. So if you had, questions, yeah, in that lane, I could perhaps answer.
Mhm.
You know. Some females just don't want to do this job.
Understood.
So we're out there recruiting them and trying to keep that interest in our thing. Letting them know that they can't do this, but
I was just surprised to see that number, so 19 sounds like a good number. No females, just. So, thank you. All right, so it's been moved and seconded and anybody else have any questions?
No.
All right. So all willing to approve and notify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, no. All right, so we moving on. That's our entry level police officer eligibility list accepted. Next on our agenda is the cancellation of lateral police officer eligibility.
So moved. Second.
We moved and seconded cancellation of lateral police officer eligibility, but
That for,
for
oh, yeah.
Mhm.
For this, not the list, for this candidate, right?
Correct, just the candidate
Just the candidate.
this time,
cancellation.
yeah.
Okay,
I should have been
Yeah, that there, this item on your agenda.
right there.
Yeah. so that's the disqualification candidate.
We were supposed to name the candidate.
Yes, you should identify by name.
I'll amend that motion and say I move to cancellation the eligibility of Patrick, or Joshua Patrick, candidate for a lateral police officer. Yes.
Okay, so then it's been made and amended, sorry, the amendment has gone to. And so we are moving to amend this to amend the applicant's name, Joshua Patrick, as the applicant that was not disqualified. The reasons stated here, we can state that reason.
I don't believe we need to state the reason. It's as in the documents, and the documents run with the materials available for them to.
All right. Was willing to, accept this cancellation. That's notified by saying aye.
Aye.
And is it as amended?
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you want to have discussion? Did you have a discussion with this?
Did you want to discuss?
Just the general process I did actually.
Process.
The general process of this
Mhm.
movement when we cancel, disqualify somebody. What could you give me a general understanding of what that entails?
Yeah, so the background process is just a thorough background investigation that includes polygraph test, a psychological exam, an exam with the medical doctor and chief's oral board. Thorough background investigation itself, especially for laterals. Background investigators go to where the applicant currently works, their place of employment. We get their file from when they currently work, the background file, their disciplinary file, and other things that make up the work history of that applicant. And we go through it, we do a deep dive, we take the time to look at each and every single thing in that file and come to the determination of whether they're a good fit for us in Lakewood or.
That background check that you all are doing. When this person puts in the first time because he was on the list already, correct? And then this comes up after, so the disqualification thing after.
It came in during the background process. And so, yeah,
Okay.
while doing the background process, there was a pattern that came up that, showed this poor decision making, that would not apply with their, that's not a good fit for our department.
I also understand the process a little bit more, so I appreciate that. Is there any discussion item?
Okay.
Questions or discussion? All right. So, again, with the amendment made and. Yeah.
No, still on the floor, so they just ask for no.
All right. I was willing to accept the motion as amended. No further saying aye.
Aye.
Hey. Okay, thank you. Now, we are to the certification of the lateral police officer. So. Certification list is right before us.
I move to accept the certified lateral level police officer eligibility list. And second.
Made and seconded by the police officer eligibility list. Have any discussion. Again, this, I would have the same questions on here as I had on the other, as far as the breakdown of the. On mail. Yeah. That question's on here.
Yeah. What laterals, the statistics are there about only 10 to 12% of females are at police to begin with. So to recruit them to get them to leave where they're comfortable to get to another department is even harder than to get entry level.
And I think that's important to know. I really, as far as, transparency, and so I'm saying, there's already fewer in,
Yes,
so we have fewer to transfer.
yes, and so it's only about 10 to 12% of female work in law enforcement to begin with.
All right, so. So the motion been made. Seconded, so those are want to approve this, commissioners. Notify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays, nays, nays. All right, thank you. And now, our. Example.
Yeah, and so on your calendar, the Outlook invite, you may have noticed, I think yesterday I changed it for the next meeting from July 10th, officially back to July 3rd, because that's the meeting I will not be at. Carlina, from my understanding, will be, doing this portion of the meeting. And outside of that, the other thing is we don't have any oral board schedule right now. Currently, we have those two lists, the entry and the lateral, which make up about 25, 26 folk that are now in the backgrounding portion. So we'll see what happens when they're done with most of the backgrounding. If we need to go back and pull together some oral boards, we will. I think Captain Prater last meeting said we only have 2 vacancies. So right now we have, it seems, enough candidates to work with. And we do have one conditional offer that is out there, and that person is in the whole backgrounding portion that Alicia talked about. So and that's the end of my report.
HR on what your date was for holding your meeting. You as the body can change a date and then we'll make it as a special meeting, but we as staff throughout the city, we are here for whatever the regular meeting is, right, in most first Thursday of the month. And if that's canceled, that's fine, but you need.
There may not be a meeting, though, sounds like.
In July?
Yeah.
There definitely will be a meeting
Oh.
because we have that sergeants list that will be certified. We'll be canceling the 2023 list
Yeah.
and then certifying the 2025 list. Yeah, so that would be probably the only thing on the agenda. And so feel free, as always, if you want to join by Zoom, you can, because it'll just be approving the minutes from today and the 2 things I just talked about. So maybe 5-10 minutes tops. So
that all you have?
that's it. That's the end of my report.
Any other discussion for this meeting?
Good to see you here.
Thank you.
Way more fun than those other.
9:47.
Yeah.
As you are.
I was just talking to the city clerk about that. That's the role she and I play right now.
So the meeting is adjourned.
All right.
For your end.